Hi everybody and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. I create all kinds of things. This week I gnomed out a little bit and I made myself a cow gnome. He's just so adorable. I love his little cowboy hat and he's got his little milk jug. He's all ready to go. So how about we get ready to go and I'll show you guys exactly how you can make your own little cow gnome. Let's get started. Okay, we're just going to start with some polymer clay here, and I'm just going to make kind of a heart shape, just smoothing it out here and there, making some nostrils. And his little mouth area. And then we're going to bake him at 130 for 30 minutes. And while he's baking, we're going to start on our hat. I'm just cutting this box here for the brim of our hat, and I'm using a Pringles container for the top. And I'm just going to trace around it, leaving about a 1-inch area all the way around that container, and then cut that piece out. Rolling down our top. We're going to roll down the front and the back, and then roll up the sides. And we're just going to take some black plush fabric that I have here, and I'm just going to glue our cardboard piece directly onto that fabric, pressing it down, and then just trim around your cardboard. And then for the top of the hat, I took some white and black fabric that I had, and I'm just going to put that on the top, doing the same thing, just glue the top and then trim around it. I really like this fabric. I was really happy I got to use it for this. I know it's not exactly a cow fabric, but I still think it works great. And then we're just going to cover the top of our hat with it as well, just gluing it on the front and the back. And then we're going to glue the sides, pressing those down. We're going to be left with these 4 points, so we're going to trim off some of that extra fabric just so that we can fold it under. I did trim the first one a little too short. I realized, like, okay, that's going to be tight, but I did manage to fold it under still. And you'll see on the other 3 seams, it's a lot easier if you leave yourself a little more give. So the first side, I just glue it down, and then this one I fold down a little edge, and then just glue it down again. So you do end up with a little seam there, but it's not so bad after you trim off that excess fabric. And we're going to do that all the way around. Then fold down your edges and glue them down as well at the bottom. Just gluing in, tucking. Trim off if you've got too much there and you don't want to have to glue it all down. You can just trim it. And it looks pretty good all the way around, so we're going to glue the bottom of that and attach it to our bottom, making sure it is further to one side than the other. We want our front piece to be a little bigger than our back. And now we're just cutting a hole for the head. I started with an X-Acto knife and then moved to the scissors. Whatever's easier, just cutting little strips all the way around so you can fold down the little tabs inside the hat. For the body, I use these children's socks I got from the dollar store, and I just stuffed that with just polyfill, topped it with an elastic at the top. For our legs, we're going to use some bamboo skewers from the dollar store as well, and we're just going to stab those right into our sock. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to attach some fabric just to the bottom part of him. This is for his pants. So we're just going to glue that all the way around, leaving the bottom part at the back seam open, and then cut a slit in the front part, right directly in front, just so we can make some pant legs here. We're going to glue the front to the back all the way around. Just making an inside seam there. Same thing on the other leg. And then we're going to start on his coat. So I got some of the white and black fabric again, and I'm just going to trim it to the length I want. And then trim it to the width we need. And then I cut this strip of white fur that I want to, faux fur that I want to add to the top of this as a trim. Or sorry, the bottom of his coat it would be, I guess. And we're going to fold that over on the inside. And just glue that down again. That way it just gives it a nice trim on the edge. And then we're going to attach his coat all the way around to the top of him. And then we're going to make a long piece of trim for the rest of the coat and his hat. So we're going to make this long piece, and we're just going to fold down the edges on both sides. Just glue them down and fold them down. And then we're just going to attach it directly to his coat here. And then fold it over on the inside. And then just trim it off. Same thing on the other side. Because it is so fluffy, when you trim it, you can't see the edge anyway. Alright, so we're just going to finish this side off by folding it under too. And we're going to just glue down the tabs on the inside of the hat as well. And then we're going to add that same trim to his hat. All the way around. And then we'll just put it on top of him here. It fits good. I'm just going to cut his beard. We are not going to cut the fur, just the backing of the material itself. And I'm just going to make a V shape. We're going to just glue that right to the front of him. And now I'm using a foam roller to make his arms from the dollar store. These are the hair rollers, and I'm just going to cut it directly in half. First with scissors and then my wire cutters. Add a little dab of glue at the top just to keep that wire in place. Now I'm going to take my E6000 for his nose, and we're going to put that right in the center. A little hot glue right on the edges just to help hold it on there until that glue sets. Right in the middle, and just press down firmly. Back to his arms. I'm going to take out the little plastic piece at the bottom, and then I'm going to take that wire and just straighten it out. And then we're going to attach it to the fabric, just rolling it in the fabric to give him some nice sleeves for his coat. Trimming it off at the edge. And same thing for the other arm. And then we're going to take some more of our white fur trim fabric, and we're going to make some more trim and put that all around the edge of his sleeves as well. And then I'm just going to make an angled cut at the top of the arm just to help attach it. That's where I attach the glue, and it seems to work really good this way. And I attach it right under his beard too, so you can glue that down as well. And then I started on the boots, and I don't know, I lost the video, but if you need to see the boot video, you can go. I'll leave a link in the description for how to make boots if you need that one. And then I'm just going to attach him to his boots here. And then I have this metal milk jug that I'd got, this little mini metal milk jug at a craft store. So I'm just going to take some white chalk paint and paint over that. I tried just kind of dry brushing it. I didn't really like the look of that. So I went over it with the white totally and then just wiped it with a damp rag. And I like the finish of that better. And then I took this stuff that my husband has. I'll have to get the name of it again. I'll put it in the description for you guys. It is a rub-on. It is awesome. I really like this stuff. It was really nice to work with. And then I just painted on my words. I'm attaching his hands now. These are polymer clay hands that I'd made previously. With E6000, we're going to attach those. And because I'm adding the milk jug, it's going to really make him unbalanced. So I did add a base and glued him onto that. That helps him not to tip over. That milk jug was a little heavy, so it made him tip. And there we have it. He's all done. Well, there he is. I hope you guys like your little cow gnome. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please make sure to leave me a comment. I love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and come on back and check out more creations. Love to all. Have yourself a great week and we'll see you next time.